How's it going, everyone? Welcome to a more casual kind of video. So, to give you some context as to what this is, earlier today I tweeted out one of those things where it's like, oh, for every like I get, I'll answer a question. I tweeted out one of those bad boys, but I did it for every 10 likes I get, I'll answer one question, because big ego, I want to get as many likes as I can. If I just tweeted out for 1 like per question, I would have got the likes immediately. Well, as I'm recording this, the tweet has like 400 likes and there's only 25 questions, so we're well over that. And I figured that kind of warrants a video. The amount of interest showed in that tweet shows that people want to know my answers so much that answering these sort of questions to a massive audience I have on YouTube wouldn't be a bad thing. So here we are now with this video. I don't know what I'm going to call the video exactly. I was thinking just Pokemon questions. Answering Pokemon questions, I don't know. But yeah, I figured we'd just go through the list. I would tell you guys my answers to all these questions, and for some viewer interaction, you guys love that, right? You can let me know your answers in the comments. I will have the list the entire time right here or somewhere. I will put it somewhere, and I'll add my answer. I'll scribble my answer in as I go along. So yeah, let's just get started. The first question is, what's your favorite Pokemon? For me, it's Shaman Sky. Now this isn't something that everybody knows. Like the loyal Hoodlums Crafty viewers that have been with me this entire time, you'll know that Shaman Sky is my favorite Pokemon. But like, you know, to anybody that just comes across my channel and like sees my username as Hoodlums Crafty, you probably think my favorite Pokemon is Scrafty. No, it is in fact Shaman Sky, and Scrafty isn't even second place. If I had to list them properly, like a list of my favorite Pokemon, we got Shaman Sky, Salandit, Scrafty, and then like Mega Mawile, Sableye, and Plusle. Like those are like my top 6 favorites. So yeah, favorite Pokemon, Shaman Sky. As for the reasoning, I guess I can give a reason. I just love its design, honestly. It's one of the few legendary Pokemon I generally like really like looking at, because like most legendary Pokemon I don't really like using on like my team, for example, because it's like, you know, it's overpowered. But with Shaman Sky, I've got this thing, I think I've mentioned it a few times in videos, where I love small Pokemon, like you will notice from this alone, this video alone, that I like small Pokemon. So Shaman Sky's a small Pokemon that wrecks havoc. He's a powerhouse, but he's small, so I just love that. Second is, what's my favorite Pokemon game? So whenever a new Pokemon game comes out, I always say, oh, this is my new favorite Pokemon game. But then, you know, after a while, I guess the hype kind of wears down. Like when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, I said those are my favorite games. Then when Sun and Moon came out, I said those are my favorite games. But I think my favorite Pokemon games of all time have to be Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I'm not someone that's usually like super nostalgic, but I can play those games over and over and over, and I did that as a child. When I was younger, I played through Fire Red and Leaf Green so many times. One thing I hear a lot, I'm getting off track, sorry. One thing I hear a lot from people is that they've never encountered a wild Pokemon, like a wild shiny Pokemon, just randomly. All their shiny encounters have been hunted for or whatever, and I'm just like, that's absurd. I played Fire Red and Leaf Green so much, I encountered so many shiny Pokemon. Just from Fire Red alone, Geodude, Zubat, Pidgey, Rattata, Shellder. I know those were just in 3rd gen alone. I know in Pokemon Emerald I encountered a random shiny Aeron, and in I know in Pokemon Y I've encountered a random shiny Spoink. I'm getting off track. Bottom line is, I put so many hours into those games, and I can still put so many hours into those games because I just love Fire Red and Leaf Green. They were my first games ever completed, and it's what made me love Pokemon, I guess. So those are always my favorite. The third question is, what's your favorite Pokemon spin-off? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. This was tough for me because I do love spin-off games, unless you count Pokemon Go as a spin-off. But that, you know, I think Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I do like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon more than Pokemon Go. As a game, I mean, Pokemon Go, I love it very much. But I'm rethinking my answer now. No, we're gonna look at Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. My favorite spin-off game. That was a close choice because there was also Pokemon Ranger. The Pokemon Ranger series is amazing. I love that. Other spin-offs I've not really played too much, but Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky is easily my favorite. I just love the Mystery Dungeon series. I want to say as a whole, but I love Red, Blue, and then Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky. And then after that, they're not as good after that. I'm sorry to say it, they're just not as good. Like Super Mystery Dungeon I couldn't finish it. I don't think it's the same having the Pokemon in 3D, because I think part of the charm to Mishu Dungeon, Explorers of Time, and Darkness and Sky is that the Pokemon are such minuscule sprites. You kind of have to just, I guess, imagine their expression on their face. I mean, it does have like actual like images of what they're feeling, but I don't know. I think 3D kind of ruins part of it for me personally, at least. I don't know if any of you guys agree. We're gonna move on to the next question. Favorite legendary Pokemon. So of course my favorite legendary Pokemon, because my favorite Pokemon is Shaman. My favorite legendary Pokemon is also Shaman, but second to Shaman I think is Tapu Koko. I remember when Tapu Koko was first like revealed, I was in love with him, and I still am to this day. I do really like Tapu Koko. Like, he's my second favorite legendary. I scrolled through all the legendary Pokemon, and there are a lot of legendary Pokemon I like, but I don't think I like any more. Like Tapu Koko and Shaman are like the two that I'm just like, those are my boys. Because Tapu Koko, he's not one of those big beastly legendaries like Giratina and Dialga and Palkia. Like, I don't hate them, but they're just, I like small Pokemon, like I said. Anyways, favorite Mega Evolution, easy, Mega Mawile. Although I do love Mega Banette and Mega Lopunny as well. Mega Mawile is just one of my, Mega Mawile is like in my top 5 favorite Pokemon in general. I fucking love Mawile and just everything about it. Its backstory, how it's a deceiving Pokemon, just, I love Mawile. Good solid Pokemon. It's actually a really good viable Pokemon now. I'm glad that my boy Mawile got some recognition by getting a Mega Evolution and getting huge power. Like, it's a fairy type now too. Like, Mawile just went from 0 to 100, and I liked it before it got the Mega Evolution, but I just since then I've loved it. Sixth question is favorite Alolan form. This one was tricky because I love Alolan Sandshrew, I love Alolan Sandslash, I love Alolan Raichu, but I think one that I like more than all of those above is Marowak. Alolan Marowak, to me, when it comes to like Alolan forms, it made Marowak, like just Pokemon in general, Alolan Marowak made Marowak good. Like Marowak, you know, it's an iconic Pokemon because of the whole Cubo and Dead Mother thing, but it's not that cool looking. It's got a skull on its head and that's kind of it. Alolan Marowak, they gave it a bone with fire. That thing is so cool. I'm a big fan of Alolan Marowak. Its shiny it doesn't change much, but its shiny is super like just goth as well. Alolan Marowak also got, you know, its typing is super cool. It's Ghost Fire, and it's got a cool Shadow Bone as its signature move. Like, everything about Alolan Marowak. They looked at Marowak and they're like, yeah, it's a bit shit now, isn't it? Let's make it better. Yeah, Alolan Marowak takes the cake. Although I love a lot of Alolan forms, like Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is awesome. But yeah, Marowak easily for me. Number 7 is my favorite starter. Now this one's tough. So I'm weird because I love the entire Charmander line. I don't really care for Squirtle's line. My favorite, okay, I'm gonna come out and say my favorite starter is Bulbasaur. Overall, like I've generation 1 to 7 Bulbasaur. But I don't like Ivysaur or Venusaur. I just like Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is a Pokemon. Him by himself, he is so cute. He's awesome. I've got a little Build-A-Bear Bulbasaur right there. You can kind of see him. He's just so chunky and nice to look at. He's just so aesthetically pleasing. I guess if you... I chose Bulbasaur in this because I assumed my favorite starter, they meant the first stage. If they meant favorite starter overall out of everything, I would probably say Torracat, but Torracat's not the starter. He's the evolution of the starter, so... Torracat's my favorite, I think. Just, I guess, evolution of a starter. But Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur by himself. Venusaur and Ivysaur can go. Favorite region, Hoenn. This was a close one between Hoenn and Sinnoh, but I think I just like Hoenn that bit more. Like, you know, there's that whole meme about too much water, but I think I really like the idea of half of it being water, half of it being land, because that's what the whole entire game is. It's Groudon versus Kyogre, land versus water. Like, I like that a lot. You know, it sucks that the second half of the game is it's like if you had a Rhyhorn to your team or whatever from the Safari and Pokemon Emerald, the second half of the game, he's useless because most of the things you're facing are water types. But I don't know. I really, the Hoenn region's beautiful. It's got like a lot of my favorite route themes, and I just dig the Hoenn region. I just love it. It's got a cool name too, Hoenn. Like, it's just, I don't know. Some of these questions are gonna be super vague, okay? Or answers to the questions. Anyways, favorite pseudo legendary Pokemon. Now because I'm a big little hipster, I'm not a big fan of like super strong Pokemon, like super big, grizzly, strong Pokemon that everybody else likes. I tend to stray away from them just naturally. It's not like I go out of my way, like I'm going to choose to dislike that. It's just naturally, I'm just like not a big fan of it because of, I'm a hipster, like I said. It's not something I can really, I'm not doing it to be cool. Like, I'm cool. I don't shove it in people's faces that I don't like pseudos or anything like that. I'm like, you know, if you like Garchomp, if Garchomp's your favorite Pokemon, Garchomp's your favorite Pokemon, that's fine. Anyways, my favorite pseudo is Goodra. That's what I was getting at. Goodra's probably like the least popular. Goodra or Komodo probably the least popular ones when it comes to favorites. But Goodra, I just love Goomy, the Sliggoo and Goodra line. Like, it's such a unique, I think, take on a pseudo, because usually they're like big, angry, scary looking guys, because you've got Dragonite's derpy, Dragonite, Tyranitar, Metagross, Salamence, Hydreigon, and then you come to Goodra and you're just like, he's a funky guy. I don't know. I like how he's also a pure dragon type, because we don't have very many pure dragon types. And Goodra's he actually pulls it off. He's actually a good pure dragon type, so I mess with Goodra. Anyways, question number 10 is favorite mythical Pokemon. Of course, Shaman is a mythical Pokemon. So Mew. Second to Shaman will be Mew. I guess I looked through all the mythical Pokemon. I love Celebi, I love Jirachi, Manaphy's cool too. Afterwards, I don't really care about much of them. Mew is my favorite, I think, because Mew used to be my favorite Pokemon. Before Shaman was out, Mew was my favorite Pokemon, and then Shaman came and stole my heart. So Mew kind of just, I don't know. If you ever seen a Mew? Mew's adorable. Mew's awesome. Mew can transform into things. I love the whole Ditto thing about it. You know, the whole like, Ditto's a failed Mew, and it's basically confirmed at this point. And I love the whole story that Mew and Mewtwo have got going on, and Mew's just a good Pokemon. It's a good mythical. After that, it's favorite rival, Blue, easily. He's got the best attitude and he's got the best battle theme. Blue. He's like, it's a bit basic, and you know, I like I said earlier, I'm a bit of a hipster, but Blue, I can't lie to myself, he's my favorite one. I can't be like, well, actually, I like that fat guy in Gen 6 because I'm a hipster. No, Blue's the best. He's the best rival. I think everybody can agree on that. Favorite professor. Now this one was a bit strange, because when it comes to Pokemon games, I'm not too fussed about the professor. But I think the one that actually made, I guess, the biggest impact would be Professor Rowan. He was actually super involved in the story. Professor Birch is probably a close second for me, just because I like how he looks. But Professor Rowan, he was there. He was always there. He was always talking to you. Oak kind of just gives you your starter, and then he was there at the end of the game. You know, Elm. Who's Elm? And then the rest of them after that, like, I'm just like, I don't really care that much. I think Rowan, Rowan's the coolest looking too. Like, he's not goofy, he's serious. He's the oldest professor as well. He's got the most, I guess, experience or whatever. I love Rowan. Rowan, whatever you want to pronounce the name as. Favorite gym leader, Elite Four, or champion? I'm gonna have to go with Grimsley. This was a hard one for me as well, but I love Grimsley because he is scrafty. And I just like how he looks, especially in Sun and Moon. He looks gnarly. I like Grimsley a lot. Favorite villain team is easily Team Galactic. Like, they're just Cyrus was insane. He had the best plan going. Like, they're a bit goofy looking because they're dressed as spacemen, but like, what evil team isn't goofy looking? Like, let's be real, they're all weird looking. Like, they're literally wearing like an outfit dressed as like an evil villain team. Like, it's gonna look silly regardless of what you're dressed up as. But yeah, Team Galactic, I think they had like I guess the coolest motivations or whatever. Cyrus was he was mental. My favorite character overall, I'm gonna go with Morty, because I remember when I was younger, I hadn't actually played Gold and Silver before. So when Heart Gold and Soul Silver were coming out, I was super excited. I was like, yes, let's go, Heart Gold Soul Silver. I'm so excited for this. And then I was reading on a website, I think it was Cerebi, showing off pictures of Gym Leader Morty, and I was like, that's me. Like, because my nickname in high school, my last name is Mortimer, so my nickname in high school, or just in school in general, was Mo, Big Mo, or Morty. People called me Morty a lot, so I like the name Morty for that reason. And I think Morty just looks the coolest. He has the coolest design. He's a ghost type trainer, which is super neat as well. I mean, I think nowadays he would have a much cooler team than what he has in his actual, because he's like Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, I think, or 2 Haunters and a Gengar. I don't remember his team, but I love Morty. He's great, and also the whole Ho thing. You know how he thinks he's like the chosen one or whatever, and he's like chasing his dreams. Like, that's super dope. This ties into the last question: favorite route, town or city? Ecruteak. Just goes in with the whole Morty thing. I just think Ecruteak looks the coolest. I love the, you know, the tower and the burnt tower and the kimono girls. Like, it's just a really cool vibe. It's got a really cool vibe going on, and it's easily my favorite. When I think of like Pokemon towns, Ecruteak is the first thing that comes to my mind. My favorite soundtrack has got to be Blue Battle Theme in the Elite Four, like the Champion theme and Fire Red and Leaf Green. There's a metal cover of it by Little V Mills. Do yourself a favor, look up Blue Elite Four Battle Theme Little V Mills. You'll thank me later. It's so good. But yeah, that's my favorite battle theme. A lot of people will say like, oh, Cynthia's got a great battle theme, Zinnia has a great battle theme, but I like rocking out to Blue. Blue has a really good battle theme. Number 18, least favorite Pokemon. I'd hate to be that guy and be edgy again, but Arceus. I just think for him, like, for the role he plays, he has such a god-awful design. I don't mess with it at all. He's meant to be the god of Pokemon, the creator or whatever, and he looks trash. That's the reason I dislike it so much. I don't worship the devil or anything. I'm not a big fan of, like, I think, like, there's Mega Arceus fan art out there. If that's what Arceus looked like, the Mega Arceus fan art, then that's fine. That's not as bad. But like what we have, just a goat stuck in a fence. And I know that's probably super overused, but like, what else am I meant to say about him? He's a goat stuck in a fence. Favorite in-game battle? This one was like, I've not actually written anything down for it. I guess it would have to be, I think I'm just gonna go with Wally. I like Wally's in-game battle. Before you take on the Elite Four in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it's like the music is completely different. And I remember the first time playing that, I was so like pumped, like chills on my, like, you know, like goosebumps. I was like, oh my god. This man means business, you know, and he's got Mega Gallade and everything. Like, I think that's my favorite battle I've ever experienced. I think I'm pretty sure I wiped the floor with him, but it was still like super exciting and I loved it. Number 20 is your favorite type, grass type. Not just because Shaman's my favorite Pokemon. There's just a lot of grass type Pokemon I love. Shiftry's amazing, Ludicolo's amazing, Roserade's amazing, Lurantis is amazing, Serena's amazing, Torterra's amazing. Bulbasaur's amazing. Like, I just love grass types. You know, when I was younger, I would always say dark type's my favorite type because I thought I liked a lot of dark types, but I don't really like as many. When it comes to types that I like Pokemon from, grass type has the most Pokemon I like. I love grass types. They're just great. Favorite move? Sucker Punch. Easily. I just love the idea of catching someone off guard and like, you know, Sucker Punch, it's been my favorite move for a while. To be honest, I like any priority move, but I think my favorite priority move would be Sucker Punch. So then, in turn, my favorite move is Sucker Punch. Favorite ability is Prankster. I really like priority moves, like I just stated. And Prankster makes it so any status move is a priority move. So that's always good fun to mess around with. Whenever I'm doing Hackmons or whatever, I'll try and find a way to throw Prankster on a Pokemon. You know, I'd usually give it to the small annoying Pokemon. Like if I roll like, say like a Piplup in a Hackmons, I'll just give it Prankster because like what else is it gonna do? Favorite item? I think Choice Band, because that goes hand in hand with the priority move thing. If I give like I just love the simplicity of Choice Banded Azumarill with Aqua Jet. Like it's just, I just like that a lot. Just throwing a Choice Band onto a Pokemon and just having it do like a lot of damage all at once without any setup moves. I'm not a big fan of setup moves. If I can just go in and get like a massive hit off, I'd prefer to do that than set up 3 Dragon Dances and sweep or whatever. Like, I just like Choice Band, or I guess Choice Specs works in that situation too because it's the spectral variant, but if I have to pick one, Choice Band's my favorite. Favorite Z move? Now originally I was gonna say nothing because I really don't like Z moves much, but I think Stoked Spark Surfer, Alolan Raichu's Z move is my favorite. It's just got such a cool animation and I just love Alolan Raichu. So that's pretty much that. The reason. Yeah, there's not really anything else to say about that one. And the last question is your favorite shiny Pokemon. shiny Mega Mawile. It's pink. I love pink. It's a great shiny. It looks good. It looks really good for a fairy type. You know, it represents what Mawile is. It's just an amazing shiny in general, and I'm still hunting for it in Pokemon Go. So that's annoying, but yeah. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a casual one. I figured some of you guys may enjoy this, so I was like, you know what, rather than making a really like vague tweet like with my answers where people have to read, I'll make it an easier to consume video and explain my answers a bit better so people don't shout at me for having opinions. People are going to shout at me anyway. But yeah, of course, let me know all of your answers in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about all of this stuff. Like, I like hearing from you guys. Like the video if you like the video. If you want me to do more videos like this where I'm just in camera and I'm talking, then let me know. I'm feeling a lot more confident now that I've got my braces off. I'm feeling a lot more confident with how I look. Now I've got the facial hair coming in. You know, I'm feeling more confident as a person in front of the camera, so I'm trying to get good at that. Hopefully that is showing through. Hopefully me now compared to back then, you know, you can see the difference. I don't know. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm rambling. Subscribe if you're new, I guess. Turn the bell on. If you've not turned the bell on, turn the bell on. That will help me a lot. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.